You know, I've been playing a lot of that Resident Evil Village lately, and I don't think that there's enough fat representation in this game. Truly a shame. What is going on, fellow board members? Welcome to the boardroom. I am Ords, and today we are taking a look at an article from thegamer.com. Resident Evil's Village Duke represents a tired trope of fat shaming. So I thought this was kind of funny because I think at this point, especially on social media, anybody is going to find something to be offended by. Like, if you look at the intro, you could say that there wasn't enough fat representation in the game. It just pointing out how ridiculous this all is, and that somebody even, who was upset that they had to witness a fat character and it made it feel bad about themselves that they had to write an article about it, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. But for this article, guys, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate a little bit of gameplay. I've been playing this game. I've been enjoying it. It's been frustrating at times, but it's enjoyable. I've been enjoying it. I'll do a full review once I'm done. If you guys want to go check out the live playthrough of that, you can here on the channel. You'll see it down below somewhere. I'll leave it in the description and pinned comment, all of that. So make sure you check that out as well. And like I said, I've been enjoying the game, but we'll give you some gameplay footage as we talk about this article. So sit back and enjoy. All right, today's article is written by some fat crybaby. Resident Evil Village looks fascinating, but the Duke represents a tired trope of making fat people greedy or bad. So I can already see where this is going. I'm going to say that, this has been throughout history. So it's the same tired trope over and over again. Well, because you're, feel bad about yourself when you are presented with an image of somebody who is, as big as the Duke is. Maybe that's something that you really need to look inward for. But to continue to the article, of course, this man, the Duke, is a merchant, a gravy-guzzling greedster who divides his working hours into scoffins of extortionate auctioneering. Good God, who writes like this? I'd be surprised if he was anything else, really, because fat as a character trait is almost always synonymous with overindulgent or bad. If the Duke was thin, hello, Bowie, I'd have looked at him and mulled over the myriad of possibilities of what role he might play in the story. But with that breadbasket, come on, villain or fraudster for sure. God, this guy, whoever writes this article, is terrible. Anyway, folks, with that being said, I don't think the Duke was supposed to be anything more than that. A fat guy, a fat merchant that you buy stuff from, a guy that you can get supplies for to sell to him because he's hungry. If you guys have not seen the story of Terrar, I definitely suggest you go check out. Very interesting person. He is the man who literally ate anything and everything. Very interesting. So yeah, go check him out. But this is just, like I said, I know they're going to go this with the article. This is just been through history that we've used fat people to, get the gluttonous part across, to paint a picture. Would you? You're not going to find too many skinny people who eat a ton of food. It is just something, and maybe they do. I'm sure there are skinny people out there who eat lots of food. But again, it just comes down to their biology. We'll get more into that during the article here later on in the article. But it's just interesting that somebody played this game and was offended, either hated themselves because they saw something in that character in themselves. You could always do something to fix that. Now, of course, I'm gonna have the people in the comment section saying things like, "No, fat people, they can't help it." Like, I understand. Like, I get it. It's not easy losing weight. I'm fat myself. And I can relate to that. So it's not easy losing weight, but there are ways to do it. And like I said, we'll get more into that later on in the article. The irony here is that Capcom specifically acknowledged this character's design during last week's Resident Evil Village showcase. The exact quote that stayed in my mind is that, to quote, the director wanted to give him a unique look. But as the video game scholar Dr. Todd Harper pointed out last night, the, to quote, fat merchant trope has appeared and repeatedly throughout countless texts over the years. both in games and other forms of media. As a result, the Duke's design isn't very unique at all. It's just more of the same. So are you mad that they used a fat guy who's gluttonous as a merchant, or are you mad that it's just the same thing over and over again? Because when we watch things, we look for something that's unique, something we've seen before, something we can relate to, and we've seen that trope before. We know that trope. That's why it's being used, because it's a trope that works. And might I add you, this is Resident Evil, very a morbid. A morbid series of video games, and there's a reason why they call it Morbidly Obese. So just letting the character exist to kind of be grotesque and kind of be, have let himself go in this crazy, event that's happening, or some kind of spiritual entity he is, or whatever he may be. He's just there to be a character and to add more effect, to make you feel uncomfortable. That's what the intention of this game was, is to make you feel uncomfortable. And here you got this guy right here with his tweet says, "He literally creaks open the door of this wagon, and the first thing to emerge is his belly, which of course erupts out from the shirt/jacket that don't fit. We see his fitness before we even see this a person with a face or a voice." Okay, so maybe in this storyline, maybe clothes don't come around very frequently. Maybe that's the only thing that's going to fit him because of how big he is. That's why the clothes don't fit. It's a character choice. It's art. It's a character that somebody had put together and gave a certain look to. And really, what it sounds like, Mr. Todd Harper, that you really just don't like fat people. You don't like looking at fat people. You have a problem looking at fat people. This is what it sounds like to me. I mean, I could be wrong. To go on with his tweet, to quote, "The director wanted to give him a unique look." Bro, the director made the same tired fat merchant trope characters that's been in countless media attacks over and over again, so the director fucking failed big time. No, the director did not fail. The director put his vision in the game, and that's what he wanted. He made his vision. Now, whether that vision is good or not, like the game itself is good or not, is irrelevant to the conversation at hand here. This is what the director wanted. This is what he put in there. And because you think he failed, that doesn't mean he actually failed. And as a matter of fact, I believe this game has gotten very good reviews. People have been enjoying this game very much so. So from what I can tell, man, I don't think he failed. He only went upward, and maybe you just got some problems with yourself, either being fat or not liking looking at fat people. Whatever it is, bro, you need to figure it out. If you stop and actually think about this for a second, you'd be able to see that this is always the same boring case, spirited away from a gorgeous film. But of course, the greed of humans is symbolized by turning them into fat pigs who would sooner eat slop than acknowledge their daughter. See, there again, it's like, for one, they weren't eating slop. You gather recipes for good food, fish, chicken, that whole bit, and that's what he eats. Maybe he has this thing that what did I say his name was? Tahrir. Maybe he's got this, gluttonous thing that he just has to eat. Like I said, if you look at the story of Tahrir, he could not stop eating. I don't even think he slept well because he was always constantly hungry. You don't know. I mean, you don't know the whole backstory of the characters. So for you to sit here and say that they're eating, they're fat pigs eating slop, it sounds like you're the one that has a problem with fat people, is really what it sounds like. And then he goes on the article to compare Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Greed isn't fat. However, gluttony is unable to think of anything other than access. Well, yeah, okay, so he's just a different form of gluttony. He was portrayed differently, and that was what that director's vision was. That's not what this director's vision was. You look at it's almost like a time piece. This video game takes you back to a place when that's how people were portrayed as gluttonous, was fat. That's just throughout history. And again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, there are things that you can do. You might think that the act of being gluttonous is specifically related to food, but the 7 deadly sins, Merlin, no, as the boar sin of gluttony is designed to be thin, wasted, and classically attractive. Her gluttony is represented by her insatiable thirst for power and knowledge, which is a bit more nuanced than, oh, the person is greedy and a few pounds. Even Mr. Greedy from Mr. Men has a great big tummy tank. Well, again, it goes down to what the director wants. You can't say that the director failed when the director is just making his vision. And I personally like this character in the game. It adds a level of kind of grotesqueness to it. You have to go look at this atrocious person who would assume kill you to eat a meal than to help you out. You look at this kind of characters, even like the other parts of this character you see in other characters throughout history. Nothing has been written that hasn't already been written. There's nothing new out there in the world. It's just a different take on the things that exist already. So you just because we have other depictions of gluttony being thin doesn't mean that this guy or this one has to be thin either. It just doesn't make any sense. I think that last one highlights how ingrained this is in the culture. Depictions of fat people as if being overweight is indicative or some mindless compulsion to consume at all times. In reality, some people have less time to exercise because they are busy raising families or working a demanding job. Some people might not be completely able-bodied. Some people might simply have a different body type to you, which makes losing weight or staying in shape significantly more difficult. There are a million reasons as to why people can be overweight, and precious few of them have to do with this, the misguided idea that it's because they sit at home and eating all day and every day, and that's not what it is, or that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that that's what they do, but you're saying that there are a million reasons why people are fat. Well, guess what? There are a million things that people can do to lose weight. You go to your doctor, you come up with a diet plan, you try to do things that work for you and your body type. The diet fads, don't follow them. They don't work. Go to the doctor, talk to the doctor. If you don't like being fat, there's things that you can do to work towards not being fat. You just got to do the work. And that's the thing. They become comfortable. They like food. Food is very comforting. I love food. Like I said, I'm fat. So it just comes down to, there are a million reasons why people are fat, but there's a million reasons, there are a million ways for you to not be fat. I'm okay with where I'm at right now. I know one day I'm going to wake up and want to start working out. When that day comes, I'm going to have to put the work in just like everybody else. So the fact that this person is just upset that they feel bad about themselves or that they genuinely just don't like looking at fat people, period. I don't know. It's either one or the other. Either they don't like looking at fat people and can't stand it, or they look at they play this game and look at this image and feel bad about themselves. Well, hey, buddy, that's on you. You can do something about it. But anyway, guys, that is the video. I don't know if I can read any more of this. So with that being said, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this whole thing. And I even said it in the beginning of the video, I could turn the other cheek and say that there wasn't enough fat representation in there. So it's just people screaming out into the void about nothing, things that don't matter. When it comes to this, just let it be what it is. Let the story play out. Let the characters be characters, and enjoy something for a change. Because it sounds like this guy has a very, very difficult time enjoying anything in life without being pissed off about it, and that's very unfortunate. But again, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, and if you liked this video, it's a little different with the gameplay. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the subscription button down below. We're on the road to 1,500 subscribers by July, and I would be truly indebted to you for helping me do that by clicking the button down below. Thank you all. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. I love all of you guys, and we will catch you on the other side. Peace.